before we start, I like to say happy anniversary to my wife. It's our anniversary this weekend. I know she didn't expect me to say anything, but I'm going to anyway. So, Anyway, what we're here for. You're very welcome. What we're here
12
for.
12 years.
Okay, now what we're here for is.
So you get to say your happy anniversary and stuff, but okay.
No, wonderful.
No.
Okay.
I'm blowing my hand because I scratched myself moving the picture. Anyway, whatever.
She changed the picture. You notice it's not Deadpool now. It's Justice League.
Because for the longest time, the Deadpool picture bothered me because the glare from the light will shine on it, and it just bothered me. So finally, I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and change it and put this one up there for now. I just put it up real quick. You see it still has the paper around it. I was like, you know what? I'll just take that off later. So I put it right there so when the light is shining, it won't put a glare on it. It just bothers me in the background. Just like the light right here, this glare right here, that bothers me. So eventually one day, we'll deal with the lighting. Anyway.
Okay. I almost said House of X. X-Men #1, the first issue of the whole Dawn of X thing.
Okay. I don't like the cover. I don't like the art. I like the art from House of X and Powers of X better. I like that more updated, modern look. And I don't like this kind of reminds me a little bit of the old school X-Men, old school comic books that my husband used to read as a kid growing up. I guess from the 80s or the 90s. If I don't like the art in the comic book, it's not really going to hold my attention. I'm just like, ugh. But anyway, so no, I don't like the cover. It reminds me of the old school, 80s or 90s art, which I don't like. And then also, after reading Powers of X and House of X, and then to go to this storyline, it was kind of like really, I was disappointed. I was disappointed in this. I mean, this being the very first issue after we just finished, House of X and Powers of X.
Yeah, and for it to be like X-Men #1 and stuff.
Yes, I had, I guess higher expectations, so I was a little disappointed, and I was disappointed in the story, which I guess I understand they have to set like a ground story or I don't know. I don't know. Oh, now that I think about it, some of the art on the inside is better than the art on the cover.
Oh well, that's the inside. I'm not sure if he did the cover too, but Benil Yu, he's.
I don't like the art on the cover. I like some of the art on the inside of the book. Magneto did not disappoint.
She's a Team Magneto over here.
Look, I'm not Team Magneto, but this
Magneto
dude,
and Emma Frost, boy.
This dude is so full of himself, but it's funny. It's like
you can't help but like him.
Exactly. He's just like when him and Polaris, I guess is his daughter, when they broke into what was it, the Forge or something?
The Orchid, the last one of the few action sequences in the book. Actually, I think the only one. Was they broke into the last Orchis facility, which, as we know, is the one that produced the Master Mode and was coming up with all this stuff about exterminating mutants.
Yeah, so
they went in there to basically destroy the last.
Yeah, so when Magneto just
showed up
and just busted open the ceiling, and he's like.
Floated down.
He floated down, but he was like asking his daughter to like basically clear the floor for him. So
all this rubble and rabble.
Yeah, like I know that sometimes I could be a bit much, but is it too much to ask to just clean up this rubble so my feet won't have to touch all this crap? Like I want to land on solid ground with nothing around. I just kind of rolled my eyes, but I laughed at the same time. I'm like, you know what? This is Magneto. So I just kind of tripped off of that. And then also later on in the story, when they came back from their mission. He's walking and all the kids are following him. Magneto's back. And they talking about, tell us a story about how you, I don't know.
Magneto is like Neo.
He's like this.
he's like Neo for the X-Men.
Yeah, or he's like the guy from, what's the name I was telling you last night? Not All for One. He's like what's his name?
All Might.
He reminds me of All Might from My Hero Academia. I was like, dude, really, you putting this stuff on a pedestal? Now these kids are flocking to you like you're just. Tell us a story again about how you defeated the humans or something like that. They said, and he was like, I did all this so you won't have to fear, you won't have to fight.
And he ate it up, boy. He was eating it up.
Dude was like, I was like, okay.
He was like, yeah, nobody else is on the mission but me. Yeah, I did all the work, yes, and I did this. I did this so you guys wouldn't have to worry about it. So you guys can go sit back and have a drink and play and
I'll fight for you. It's like, oh my God.
Fear
But
not, for I am here.
Yeah, but I thought it was funny. I was like, this dude's head is so big, but I thought it was funny. So that part of the comic book I did like. The whole, so we find out that Scott and his family lives on the moon. And so then they started showing a little bit of Gene and his relatives in the kitchen, getting ready, cooking, preparing for their meal.
It was really Leave It to Beaverish.
Yeah, I was like, really? You see
Gene.
You see Gene in the kitchen. Yeah, you see Gene in the kitchen like this Stepford wife or this 1950s type wife. I mean, not in her getup, but that's just what it reminded me of. I'm like, okay, you guys are, come on. This is not this perfect family with this, let's sit around the table and let's talk and let's all talk about our day and how wonderful it was or whatever. I was like, all right, come on now. Y'all going a little bit. I mean, I understand that they're happy because they're all, they have their own little island now and they can go off and, all just be together and I guess not have to worry too much about the outside world or humans, but it was just a little bit like my husband said, to Leave It to Beaverish for me. I was like, all right, come on now.
A bit on the nose, huh?
Yeah, I was just like, shh.
But see, here's the thing though. It was a happy ending for Cyclops because him and his brother, they grew up in the orphanage. They didn't know they didn't have a relationship with their parents for like that part of their lives and everything. They had a, kind of rough as kids. And this is basically them like getting their happy ending. So, I mean, I wasn't when they gonna do something that's just my wife, but I did kind of appreciate the fact that, okay, well, he gets his little happy ending. I mean, it's not what I wanted or expected for like the first issue of the ongoing X-Men book, but it was cool in its own way. I mean, Cyclops and his brother they're all happy, and his dad is there, and he gives them a little thing so he can come anytime he wants.
I understand that. They're all kumbaya.
And then even Vulcan was there, the brother that they didn't know they had for a long time that was a bad guy for a minute, but then he was there burning up stakes for Wolverine, and Wolverine was like, I will fight you. You don't give me my steak rare.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool.
He said, medium rare.
So, I mean, just the whole thing was cool. I mean, everybody was there. Rachel, a whack version of Cable. I do not like that Cable.
I didn't know that was Cable until my husband told me last night. I was like, what? That's Cable?
Young Cable.
I don't know this Cable. I know the other Cable.
Yeah, when we were reading like Cable and stuff, like she was reading some of my stuff back in the day, like the Cable and Deadpool, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's the Cable.
When Cable was the real Cable, like the Cable that we even saw depicted in the movie. So it's like this guy, this little young Cable, I don't care much for. I wish the old Cable would come and shoot him. But anyway.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
No. That's pretty much it. Oh, yeah. The thing that I did also enjoy that my wife didn't mention was that we got to go back onto the Forge, which is revolving around the sun or whatever, where they had where the X-Men basically had their siege mission. Yeah, they had their siege mission in House of X #4 to destroy the Mother Mode. We go back there, we see the funeral for all of the people that were killed on that mission.
Yeah, and we learned something.
Yeah, we learned something. We learned that Dr. Gregor can resurrect her husband.
Or she says she knows how to bring him back.
Yeah, she knows how to bring him back. So that was interesting. But here's the thing.
Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Who's the dude that looks like the Fly?
Yeah. I guess he's the guy that's over it. I don't really know who that is.
Yeah, because
we're gonna learn more.
This,
but
whatever.
apparently he's the one that's over all of Orchis or whatever. So that's gonna be interesting to see who that is or whatever and what he's capable of. What I did notice is that there was an awful lot of dead bodies on the Forge.
Yes.
And that brings me to the point of Sabretooth and how he got the treatment that he got for killing humans, yet we, our little A-team gets to get away with doing all this. So I understand that Xavier said get the mission done through any means necessary, basically. But if you're going to say that in your community killing humans is bad, and you're going to grandfather it into like what happened prior to you making the law, then I think that there should be some kind of repercussions for all them kills they racked up. I mean, I'm sure most of them were Wolverine, if not all, but I think that there should be some discussion or something about that. I mean, they're just looking totally past that.
I think that you know, Sabretooth should have got a pass. But as far as this mission, hey, if you kill him, you kill him. I don't care. I don't think there should be any repercussions for this particular mission that they did, where, you know, what's the name? Them died. Wolverine and Banff dude died.
I mean, I thought it was. I just think I thought it was unfair that they did that to Sabretooth, but I'm just saying if they're gonna do that to him, you know, there should at least be a discussion of what happened there and something. I mean, something. Because I mean, they just.
But they don't know. I mean, these are the people on what, the Forge, the Solaris, or whatever you call it.
Oh, these are those bad humans. They're okay. We can kill them up.
Yeah,
no
but
biggie.
they don't know how many people they killed. They don't know that they're over here burying the dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Anyway, just my thoughts.
I don't care. Look. No, so then, you know, you see a little outline, a little of Summer's house, Scott's house. Yeah.
But that was most of the issue.
Yeah, I was like,
Summer's house.
So she knows how to bring her husband back, so, you know, whatever. I think somebody needs to kill her, though.
She's going to be a problem later on. We know that. We can see
you know what?
She's the one who blasted Scott.
Exactly. So she needs to go. So, go. You killed my husband. You know what? Yeah. But, you know what? The woman is scorned. You killed her husband, and she's a smart woman. You know what? Got to be careful of her, because we know how women get. You get on our bad side, or you screw us over, that revenge is real. So in a way, I kind of understand, but she's on the other side, so I'm like, nah, she got to go.
All right, so how would you rate this?
I don't know.
I know, because it's kind of boring, huh?
It was boring. It's like, yeah, it was boring. Now that I give the art a second look though on the inside, you know, it's more of what
Nah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that art.
Really?
No.
Just the cover, and I'm looking at them like the cover.
That close up picture of Wolverine looks horrible.
Yeah, well, okay. But anyway, I just didn't. It was just boring to me.
Yeah.
That's all. But you know, they have to give the little background of him and his family, and everybody's together, and they're living on the moon and all this stuff, and so I understand. But it was just, you know, well, at least they gave me a little bit of Magneto and his personality.
How'd you like Magneto's handling of the Ape Man?
Oh, what did he do to him? I didn't pay.
Well, they didn't really. I mean, they came and stuff, and he basically, when they came back and they said, "Hey, what happened? How'd it go?" He said, "Well, you know, they went tribal, and I just showed them who was more powerful, and that was it. Basically, they turning on each other."
I didn't pay attention to that. I did laugh when Scott said to be careful because they all have PhDs. I was like, oh yeah, they are smart, huh? Yeah,
smart enough to turn themselves into apes.
Huh?
Smart enough to turn themselves into apes.
They turned themselves into apes?
So they would have a better chance of fighting the mutants or whatever, but it didn't work because Magneto's like, anyway.
Yeah.
Peasants.
So basically they broke into this place and they bailed out, or they rescued all these
they rescued the mutants, because that's the first thing they said, like that was one of the first rules or whatever that they made. They said they needed more mutants. Well, Nightcrawler, he suggested that they get more mutants, so they went and they evacuated all these mutants out of the Orchis facility where they were being held.
Okay.
So how would you?
I'm curious about the two, the Wonder Twins. That's what I would call them.
I'm
curious about the Wonder Twins. They don't talk, but they look like. I want to say
one looks like ice and one looks like fire.
Yeah, I say fire and ice. I'm gonna call them the Wonder Twins. So I'm like, I want to see what they're about. And,
well, one turns into animals and the other one turns into ice stuff. The water stuff. No, that's what the Wonder Twins did. I'm messing with you.
I was about to say.
You're like,
they
really?
say nothing like that in there. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they touch fist and. No,
I know what the Wonder Twins did. Remember, because they were on Teen Titans.
I know.
Nah, that's the only reason why I know. Because my kids watch Teen Titans and they said Wonder Twins. You know, I had the Wonder Twins on there and all this other crap.
So what do you rate this?
5.
I thought you were gonna say like 2.5. I'd give it I'd say it wasn't my favorite, but I would give it a 6 just because we get to see Cyclops happy. He deserves some happiness. Blah.
Yeah, okay.
Be happy on your own time, dude.
I mean, you know what? Yeah, just enjoy it while you can, because you know once you go back and step foot on
all hell will break loose soon enough, right?
So yeah, enjoy it while you can.
All right.
Still, but you know, I want to see more exciting issues.
Me too.
You know, you can still have exciting issues with a backstory in there.
So we'll see what happens in the second issue. But if it's boring, I won't be getting the third.
Well, hopefully the storyline picks up because if it doesn't, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
stick with something that's boring. I might give it like 2 issues and then I'm like next.
Yeah, and of course I'm curious about Excalibur because of Apocalypse, but that's it. It's the
Oh,
only,
that's his
this is the
book?
only time I've ever liked Apocalypse. So, all right, are we done? I think we're done.
Yes.
Okay,
We're done.
bye guys. See you next
week.
time.
Bye.